Hey guys, it's Dave. I thought I would bring you a special update report on how the real estate market is doing during these strange times. I would like to thank COVID-19 for educating millennials on what going viral actually means. But in all seriousness, we are experiencing some bumps in the road if you're buying a house. So for now, things are up and running in the state of Oregon. Across the river in Washington, they have deemed real estate to not be essential for new business. They are allowing real estate transactions to continue that have already been in process, but no new business is supposed to be generated. In Oregon, we are still operating under special restrictions and taking certain measures to ensure the safety of everyone in order to get transactions closed. I am personally working with someone who has already had their house under contract and will literally be homeless the first week of April. So it is essential to find a home for them. Now, obviously, they have some friends and family that they could stay with temporarily. I don't want to paint a picture where it's super dire if they don't get a home now. But we are working with people that do have housing needs. It's hard to shelter in place when you don't have shelter. I'm also working with clients that had already given notice to their tenants with the intent to sell. They are now facing a situation where there's no income coming in because the tenants have moved out. And what do? Do they not list the house? Are they frozen, making double mortgage payments? So there's a financial burden there just from the housing standpoint, let alone whatever potential income problems they might have for either being laid off or having limited work based on how things are going with lockdowns and shelter in place and non-essential work being stopped. For mortgages and lending, they are viewing that as an essential service. So loans are still being originated, loans are still funding, although they're taking all kinds of measures to have people work remotely when possible. Appraisers are really backed up right now. They obviously have to do things hands-on, visit the house, take measurements, take photos, all of that kind of stuff. And so we're seeing a backlog in appraisal turn times. That has to do a lot with the drop in mortgage rates that happened a little over a month ago, sparking a lot of refinances, plus the normal spring purchase season that we have at this time. I'm filming this March 26th, and so we're in second week of kind of lockdown mode, shelter in place, that type of stuff. Escrow, they are working on skeleton crews to get your signings done. They are assigning specific notaries to just do the paperwork part. They are locking their doors and only letting people in by appointment only, and working remotely whenever possible. Counties have sent all of their employees home, but they're still doing e-recording. So we can still get transactions done. It's just going to take a little bit of time, and there may be some complications. I've written this offer, as I told you, the person that's got to have a house identified by the first week of April. We just padded the closing date a little bit. We padded the inspection period a little bit because we're uncertain how much we can get done during the next few weeks. And then as far as me, I'm not doing investor business. I'm not doing, I've been at home, working from home most of the time, not doing non-essential real estate work. If you need a place to stay, I'll help you find one. If you've been given notice and you for your landlord and you've got to get out, those are things that I think I can help people with. The National Association of Realtors has a chief economist named Lawrence Yun. He was on a podcast this week basically saying that as soon as this clears up, he expects that we're going to do 12 months worth of business in 9 months. So they expect to still have the same type of real estate transactions that they had forecast originally at the beginning of the year. And by the way, that was supposed to be about the 5th most homes sold ever recorded. That's what they were forecasting based on how interest rates were, how the economy was roaring away. It was going to be the 5th most homes sold on record this year. That's what the 2020 forecast would be. And they haven't changed that. They actually think that it'll just be condensed into a 9-month season as opposed to a 12-month season. So we'll see how that shakes out. We currently have a 1.9 months of supply. That was the last month, February, before the spring season was supposed to kick off, before everything went viral, before the CDC recommended that all jokes be told were inside jokes. And now, instead of this big spike in listings that we normally get in the spring, where we would see 150 to 200 new listings in the Portland metro area per week, we're seeing 10. So I'm guessing the 1.9 is going to go down and inventory is going to get tight as people just kind of take a wait and see approach. During listings, we're canceling open houses if it's currently on the market. Sanitary measures in place with hand sanitizer, Lysol, no touching. We're recommending that just leave the lights on for showings. Don't touch the lights, don't touch anything. If you need to use the restroom, steal all the toilet paper. Just kidding again. And so that's kind of how things are shaking out right now. I'm only working with people that need housing urgently, and we'll see how long they let us do that, taking every precaution that we can, of course, and only seeing houses when absolutely necessary. No sharing of the cars. You take your own car. We don't touch each other. We do the virtual high five, 6 feet rule, which I actually like. In fact, if the 6 foot rule was on the November ballot, I would vote for it to stay permanent. Just kidding. So that's kind of it. Trying to do a little humor. I've had to block some people on Facebook that just keep like giving me all these negative articles about how the world is going to die, and I just don't want to think about those possibilities. I'm trying to keep hopeful, stay healthy, working out from home, limiting my association with others outside of my family. But the real estate market is still going as long as we're in the shelter business. We'll be providing shelter, and so that's just kind of how we have to approach things. If you've got any questions, let me know. You can get in contact with me in the comments below, or I'll post my phone number, email, get a hold of me. Love to talk to you about real estate, something non-COVID-19. That would be cool. And I hope you guys are staying safe and staying well. Thanks for watching.